there. Okay, are you ready to take on the famous five? That's Borhan, Chandran, Alina, Jolie, and of course, yours truly. Any of you read the Famous Five series? Well, they're written by EduwebTV, one of the most famous authors of children's books. But I digress. Let's zoom in on the action.
He saw a dead crow in a drain near the post office. He saw an old man gasping for air and a baby barely able to breathe.
No. Look, you're talking about a dead crow and a baby dying. Don't you think you should at least look a little bit sad?
I am sad. It's just that I can't seem to be able to show it. Look, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this.
Of course you are. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be smiling. Come, let me see if I can help you. He saw a dead crow in a drain near the post office. He saw an old man gasping for air and a baby barely able to breathe.
My. This sure looks like Drama Amigo Amy all over again. You sure he didn't have any major roles before?
And who told you could sneak into the room like that and eavesdrop? Shameless.
No, we were just passing by the room and heard these melodious voices wafting through the room. And besides, we didn't want to disturb you.
Yeah, right. You guys have an answer for everything, don't you?
So, do tell, what were you doing, ranting and raving like a politician?
He saw a dead crow in a drain near the post office. He saw an old man gasping for air and a baby barely able to breathe.
Gasping for air. To have difficulty breathing.
We were just passing by the room and heard these melodious voices wafting through the room. And besides, we didn't want to disturb you.
Melodious, sweet, pleasing.
Well, obviously you were not paying attention in class when Maznah told us she plans to have a poetry recital next week. And everyone had to perform a piece.
Well, we're not in the same class, remember?
Next week? I thought next month. You're kidding, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Ask Jolly. She did say as well that it's going to go towards our English grades. So you guys had better buck up.
Well, I thought I heard her say something, but I didn't think she was serious. Did she say anything about a poem we need to recite?
No, you can pick any poem as long as it's in English. And you have to memorize it, which means that you have to learn it by heart.
Gee, I'm never going to be able to do it. I have the worst case of stage fright when I'm in front of a crowd.
Don't worry, I'll coach you. Let Big Daddy show you how. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? This one sounds cool. Shall I compare thee a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Love winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaves not all too short a date.
Oh, please, spare us. You're murdering that lovely sonnet. Shakespeare must be turning in his grave just to hear you.
Yes, poor Will, and think of what he's done for this English language. You know, I've actually visited his house in Stratford-upon-Avon.
Really? Did you go to Globe Theatre as well? My sister has been there.
Yes, I saw a play there. Macbeth, I think. And Anne Hathaway's cottage. She was his wife, you know. There were bus loads of tourists, all shopping for souvenirs.
That must have been fun. We never go to these places when we're on holiday. My mom always wants to go shopping and my dad's a golfing buff.
Okay, enough of this Williams, what's his name? Can't we try something else like less old-fashioned? This guy uses words like thee and thou, and I don't even know what it means. This guy uses words like thee and thou, and I don't even know what it means.
Well, these words mean you, and are examples of the type of English that was spoken during Shakespeare's day in 16th century England.
Gee, I'm never going to be able to do it. I have the worst case of stage fright when I'm in front of a crowd.
Stage fright. Nervous tension and fear experienced by a person about to perform or speak in public.
Well, it's no use trying to do anything now. If you really want to help, Jolly and I are planning to get together tomorrow to practice.
Can we come? We promise not to laugh.
Well, you sure can. But it's gonna cost you guys a big turn. Nothing less than a McDonald's treat, right, Adina?
Sure thing. And get your poems ready.
Family resemblance.
Okay, shall we begin?
I don't know. This sounds so girly, this reciting poems.
I'd rather play football.
Come on, guys. Can you at least keep an open mind? You shouldn't just poo-poo something because you're not familiar with it, you know? You shouldn't just poo-poo something because you're not familiar with it, you know?
Poo-poo something means run something down or criticize it.
Besides, it's gonna count your grades, remember?
Okay, I've got one. Mama, black sheep, have you anyone? Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Will you cut that out, Borhan, and be serious? The rest of us want to get something out of this session, you know?
Yes, Borhan, get serious, okay? Now, do you want to listen to mine or not? I got it from my sister's anthology of poetry.
Yes, go on. We're all ears.
Daffodils by Williams Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze.
That's a really nice poem, Chandran. It's so bright and gay. I can just imagine the daffodils.
That's what makes a good poem. I remember Puan Masna saying that if the poet can make you feel the way he's feeling, then he has succeeded in writing a good poem.
Must all poems be happy? What if you're angry and unhappy inside, and you want to write about it?
Oh sure, some of the best poems are written when people are down and out. Poems are just a way to express their feelings. So it need not only be about happy thoughts.
In fact, my sister said that some poets just written about war. There's this guy called Rupert Brooke, who's known for his war poems.
Okay, can I try out mine now? I'll rise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in a bee-loud glade.
Finally, something sensible. I think that's a really good poem. It's lyrical and pensive at the same time.
You're such a show-off sometimes, Alina, using all those big words. I think we need to call up mentor.
What's up, kids? What did Alina mean? Well, lyrical means something sounds poetic, with a nice ring to it. Pensive denotes that the poet is deep in thought and writing about something he cares about. In this instance, the Irish countryside.
Who is it by? I forget.
An Irish poet by the name of William Butler Yeats or something.
It's yes. Actually, my sister said so. It's yes. Actually, my sister said so.
Herein lies the confusion in the English language. The pronunciation of a word doesn't always follow the spelling. Hence, even though these two surnames of English poets, Yeats and Keats, are spelled almost alike, you pronounce the first as Yeats and the second as Keats. Go figure.
What have you chosen, Alina?
Well, I'm sticking to my favorite, William Shakespeare. He is, after all, the finest English poet and the greatest dramatist of all time, but I've picked something short.
That's clever. It'll be much easier to memorize then.
Okay, listen. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools, the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Wow, I was spellbound. You did it so well, Elena.
I'm impressed.
Thanks. Well, it's not so hard, you know. It gets better with practice. I was like you before, stumbling on the words. But the more you practice, the more confident you get.
That's what they say. Practice makes perfect.
I'm getting butterflies in my tummy just thinking of the day. It's next Friday, right?
Yes, we have about a week more. Well, if you like, we can plan to meet again and try help each other out.
That sounds like a good idea. You know, you girls are so sweet, lending us a hand like this.
Remember, no such thing as a free lunch. McDonald's awaits, right, Elena? Wow, I was spellbound. You did it so well, Elena.
Spellbound. To be fascinated or enchanted.
I'm getting butterflies in my tummy just thinking of the day.
Butterflies in my tummy. Expression to denote nervousness.
Hey, we did it. 2 out of 4 is not bad.
Thanks to you girls, really. You know, I actually enjoyed today's recital. I mean, seeing everyone up there so professional. I really thought that everyone put an effort in it.
Yes, I remember how you used to think that all this poetry was girly stuff. I saw you glued to your seat when Kamaria was reciting that love sonnet.
Yes, our dear Borhan was mesmerized. Am I missing out on something?
So Borhan was glued to his seat during Kamaria's performance. It is another way of saying he was mesmerized by her.
Come on, you guys. It was just that her voice has such a melodious ring to it. And the expression on her face.
Somebody's getting soapy.
Well, I thought she was good. But you, Elena, was the creme de la creme.
Yo, your vocabulary seems to be improving by leaps and bounds. Say that again.
I'm glad that we had all those practice sessions before. I would have been dead otherwise. It's funny how practice really makes perfect.
Yes, I remember how nervous you were before. Me too, I couldn't stop biting my nails.
And surprisingly, no one panicked and forgot their lines in midstream.
Hey, you're talking to pros here, you know.
That's right. Never underestimate your own capabilities.
You've got to conquer your fears instead of giving in to them.
That's the spirit, guys. Stay positive. By the way, the Drama Society is having auditions for 12th Night. It's a play they're staging at the end of the year. And I volunteered all of you.
No, I knew there was something up her sleeve.
I guess it's payback time.
Like I said, there's no such thing as a free lunch, remember?
Hey, does Chandra know we're meeting today?
I guess so. We did say Wednesday, didn't we? According to my mom, he called me yesterday. When I tried to return his call, he wasn't in. So I left a message with his younger sister, I think.
Who? Oh, you mean Anusha. She's only 7 and is notorious for not passing on messages.
Oh, really? She sounded very clever and said she would definitely tell Chandran. Shall we wait or start?
I guess we should start. Maybe he is held up, but I know he was really keen on coming. He told me he didn't feel confident at all.
Oh, you mean Anusha. She's only 7 and is notorious for not passing on messages.
Notorious for not giving messages. Known to not pass on messages.
I guess we should start. Maybe he is held up, but I know he was really keen on coming.
He's held up. He's delayed by something or someone. Perhaps by a traffic jam or an errand for his mother.
Okay, can I start? I've been practicing my poem with a little help from my mom, and I think I know just the right amount of emotion to apply. My mom's been a real ace. She gave me lots of constructive criticism.
Lucky you. I tried practicing in my room, but my brothers gave me a hard time. Called me sissy and other unmentionables.
Well, don't let that faze you. That's because a lot of people have got this wrong idea that literature, play, and poetry are sissy, but that's not true.
Yeah, stick to your guns, Burhan, and don't let them deter you. My brother also made fun of me, but my mom ticked him off.
Okay, Jolie, why don't you start? Who's your poem by again?
A. Samad Said, a national laureate. What's that, mentor?
National Laureate. In Malaysia, this means a person who has been awarded the Anugerah Sastrawan Negara, or National Literary Award, for his writings. Similarly, a person who has been awarded the Nobel Prize will be called a Nobel Laureate.
Oh yes, my dad was flicking through my literature book and saw the picture of Samad Said. Said that he's very well known in literary circles.
Okay, shall I start? The Dead Crow. He saw a dead crow in a drain near the post office. He saw an old man gasping for air and a baby barely able to breathe in a crowded morning clinic. This land is so rich. Why should we suffer like this?
Should it be gasping or gasping?
Well, according to my mom, gasping is American English and gasping is British English.
You mean there's a difference? I didn't know that. I thought English was English.
No, not quite. There are subtle differences. Right, Mentor?
Dead on, Alina. For instance, Americans say process, but English say process. Or the English say either, while the Americans say either.
Okay, now I get it. That's why Puan Mazla always says either, whereas Mr. Kennedy always pronounced it as either. I wonder which was the correct way of saying it.
Well, both are acceptable. We in Malaysia tend to speak British English because of the British influence in the country. But in some countries, like the Philippines, they tend to speak the American version.
I suppose it's like your Kelantanese Malay, Burhan. It's quite different from the Malay we speak here in KL, right?
I guess you're right. I never thought about that before.
Okay, can I go on? I want clean air for my grandchildren. I want the damn fools to leave the forest alone. I want the trees to grow, the rivers run free, and the earth covered with grass. Let the politicians plan how we may live with dignity, now and always.
Hey, that's a lot better than when you last recited it.
Yes, you do sound sad and angry too, in the second verse.
My mom said that in order to recite a poem well, you should know the meaning of the words and what the poet is trying to convey.
Well, he sure sounds like he cares a lot for the environment and is unhappy that the air is so polluted.
He does seem very concerned that the people are cutting down the trees and destroying nature.
I don't know if I should stick with this poem or choose another. It seems so bleak.
Well, no. I think that even though it starts off kind of sad, it ends in a positive note. See, he said, I want the trees to grow, the rivers run free, and the earth covered with grass.
And that we may live in dignity, now and always.
I don't know if I should stick with this poem or choose another. It seems so bleak.
Well, no. I think that even though it starts off kind of sad, it ends in a positive note. See.
Bleak, gloomy, depressing. The English author Charles Dickens wrote a novel entitled Bleak House. Ends on a positive note. The ending is happy or hopeful.
Exactly. Hello everyone.
Hi.
You won't believe that why was I late if I tell you also.
Go on, try us.
There was a creepy crawly in my garden. A snake.
A snake? What, a cobra?
No, a 10-foot python all coiled up with the base of the chicken coop.
Oh, it must have come for the chickens.
Yes, it had swallowed one already. My mom was so frightened. There were just the two of us at home. My dad went to Penang and I had to call the fire brigade for help.
What did it look like? I think I would faint if I saw a snake.
It was quite attractive actually. It had green markings on its body.
So, have you got rid of it?
Well, the men for the fire brigade took it. I think they said they were going to send it to the zoo or something.
We were wondering why you were late, especially since you sounded so eager on the phone to have this practice session. Were you the butt of jokes as well like me?
No, thank God. My mom thought this recital was a good idea and my sister willingly coached me. She was really very helpful.
My brother Aslan threatened to tell the boys at football.
Well, don't worry. It'll be his turn next year. Then we'll see who has the last laugh. There was a creepy crawly in my garden. A snake.
Creepy crawly, an expression which refers to anything that crawls. Snakes, worms, bugs, caterpillars. It is usually something that you prefer not to encounter.
Were you the butt of jokes as well like me?
Butt of jokes, an object of teasing or ridicule.
Okay, Burhan, do you want to try out your poem?
Yep. I will rise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there, of clay and wattles made. Is it wattles or wattles?
It's wattles.
Okay, I'll start from the beginning. I will rise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade.
That's quite good, Burhan. I'm glad your brother's teasing hasn't put you off poetry.
Are you only going to recite one verse?
Well, Puan Mazna didn't specify any length, did she?
No, one verse is okay. How about you, Chandran? Do you want to take the floor?
I'm still a little nervous, so don't laugh.
Come on, we're here to help, not to make fun of each other.
Yes, we're just as nervous as you, but we're better actors, that's all.
I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze.
What's the meaning of veils?
That means valleys. It's Old English.
And hosts?
It means a great number. My sister showed me her anthology of poetry, and there was a picture of a whole field of daffodils.
What did they look like? I don't think I've ever seen one.
Well, they're yellow.
And they look like ladies with their bonnets on. You know, the hats that the English ladies used to wear before?
Hey, you're right, Jolie. They do look like ladies with their bonnets on their heads.
Okay, Alina, your turn. Or are you quite confident already?
No, it's always good to practice in front of people. It helps build up confidence. I'll go. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools, the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Yes, you're full of expression. But perhaps it would be better if you spoke a little louder.
Do you think so? I must try to project my voice more.
Do you know what Muhammad told me? That Puan Mazna is planning to award some fantastic prizes to the winners?
Really? Like what?
I should guess it would be something to do with literature. Books, maybe?
I wouldn't mind that. I saw the complete works of Shakespeare at the bookstore, but it was close to 100 ringgit.
Well, besides trophies, she's giving out book vouchers, which means you get to choose the book you want.
I'm getting good squash by Jahangir Khan.
Well, I know what I want if I win. The book on Manchester United.
You're a die-hard MU fan, aren't you?
Do you know that there's a Man U club in KL that serves food and drinks?
Yes, but I haven't been there. My cousin hangs out there all the time. He works just next door.
What will you get, Jolie, if you win?
I'd like to get any of Jane Austen's novels, but my mom's birthday is coming up and she likes arranging flowers. So I may get her an Ikebana book.
What's that?
It's the Japanese art of floral arrangement. I know she's been eyeing this book, so I'd like to surprise her.
That's so thoughtful of you.
Well, she's always helping me with my homework, especially my English. She used to be an English teacher, you know.
Really? Why did she give up?
Well, my little brother came along, and so she decided to be a stay-at-home mom.
Speaking of home, why don't we go home and practice some more? And if anyone thinks that we need final practice, we'll gather the troops, okay?
Sounds good to me.
Let's go.
Okay, see you guys.
Okay, bye. It's the Japanese art of floral arrangement. I know she's been eyeing this book, so I'd like to surprise her.
Eyeing this book. To eye something means that you are interested in something.
Speaking of home, why don't we go home and practice some more? And if anyone thinks that we need final practice, we'll gather the troops, okay?
Gather the troops. Get everybody together.